Hey, fantasy footballers, is your fantasy team that you drafted last year scary? You don't need this, even though it is Friday the 13th. You need this. And Gino T, if you noticed on here, is the winner, the champ from last year, the Wayside Warrior. And that didn't happen by accident, people. Okay, it did happen because of my homework. I did my homework, and I did everything you need to do right now. And you know what you need to do right now? You need to cheat. You need to listen to what Gino T tells you, because Gino T knows what wins championships. Listen to my advice, take my advice, and run with it to the bank. I'm going to give you a top breakdown of the first 24 players I feel are viable and to take in a draft. And wherever you pick, just plug that in, and you should be fine. Unless, of course, somebody really screwed up and took a guy up here that's down here, and you're here, and then you take him from here because you're here and nobody else took him. Anyway, let me start off first by giving you some of the top offensive lines. And top offensive lines are very helpful for people in drafting, because you need to know if that offensive line is going to pave the way for your running back and keep your quarterback on his feet. Anyway, we're going to start off with my top 24, okay? And you can do these with whatever. You got a 10-team, a 12-team, an 8-team, 24-team, whatever you got. First player overall, guess, Chris Johnson. Guess who has him? Gino T. I picked him up 2 years ago off waivers, okay? I knew he was going to be a stud back then, but that's because I know things, and it's not who you know or what you know, it's what Gino T knows. Number 2 running back, Maurice Jones-Drew. How could you not take a guy that has his own fantasy team, and I think he's playing for himself? I don't know. Who knows? Maurice Jones-Drew, though, I like there. Number 3, Michael the Burner Turner. He's going to have a phenomenal bounce-back year from last year. He's, from what I hear in training camp, catching a lot of balls in practice. He's put himself in a situation where he made his dedication catching balls. In a PPR league, that's what you want. After Turner, I have Adrian Peterson. Why is Adrian Peterson not number 2 for me? I'll give you 2 reasons, okay? His quarterback. We don't know who his quarterback's going to be. I told you early in my NFC North preview, and I put money on it, and I still believe Brett Favre is going to be there. However, if it's Tarvaris Jackson, I know a lot of you guys, well, Adrian Peterson's going to get a lot of carries, and he's going to be the focal point of the offense. Don't forget, he's also the focal point of fumbling. Okay, and the more balls that guy gets, the more dangerous it is. However, in a point per reception league, he could pan out a lot better with Tarvaris Jackson there, because he's going to get a lot of outlet passes, whereas Brett Favre likes to hit his receivers, and you know how that is. Anyway, don't want to get too far into that. But 4 would be Adrian Peterson. After that, I like Ray Rice. Great offensive line. Going to catch a lot of balls there. Solid quality quarterback. Good offense, I believe, in Baltimore this year. After Ray Rice, I love Frank Gore. Frank Gore is a great guy, catches a lot of balls. He's going to be a focal point of that offense. He has a fullback he's going to be working with full-time this year, which is going to be great, and I think they're going to be more balanced. Crabtree showed you a preview of what he can do. He's going to be lighting it up in there for San Fran. Alex Smith is going to – he finally found his rhythm, I think, last year, and he's got a good team there. So look for that team to move the ball. Frank Gore. Number 7, DeAngelo Williams. I really like DeAngelo Williams. Solid back there. Good running back combination. Look for him to be the man, though. DeAngelo Williams at 7. Andre Johnson, big-time wide receiver. Don't like to take a wide receiver ahead of running backs that are still left on the board. But this is a guy that scores a lot of points, a lot of catches, a lot of touchdowns every year. Can't help but take him. After Andre Johnson, I like Rashard Mendenhall. Going to get a lot of balls there, especially early on with Big Ben being suspended. Take him. Number 10, Drew Brees. Love Drew Brees. But again, it's a quarterback, but the chance you take is, well, I take a quarterback here, but he's going to throw for like a prolific amount of yards and touchdowns. He always does. After Drew Brees, I really don't like him here. I don't really like him at all. But yes, believe it or not, Steven Jackson dropped to number 11 on my depth chart, mainly because I understand he came back successfully from back surgery. But when you're successfully coming back and you hear those 2 words from the injury being back surgery, it's a little scary, especially when you're the only offense that team has. Has a lot of years, a lot of mileage on the body. Got to break down at some point. He did phenomenal last year. Don't look for that to happen this year. After that, I like Peyton Manning. And I love Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to be phenomenal this year. That's my number 13. Number 14 overall, Randy Moss. Got to take him. He falls to you at this point. He's the next best receiver, and from there is a little bit of a drop-off. Not a lot, but Randy Moss is a guy you want to grab because I think he's going to have a bounce-back year with Brady in there full-time. And the offense a little bit reworked, some younger guy. I just, trust me, take him there. Don't like him, but you got to take him. Sean Green, going to be a workhorse for the Jets. LaDainian Tomlinson, if you're a fool and you think he's going to do anything out there, he's going to do the same thing he did in San Diego. Not when he first got there, what we saw in the last 2-3 years. LaDainian's a shell of what he was. I know he still has gas in the tank. I have gas in my tank too, but guess what? It's not the most beautiful display when it happens. So look for Sean Green to be big in that role. Cedric Benson. Like the guy there. Solid last year. Finally proven to be that number 4 overall pick that Chicago thought he was going to be. That's who you want. Ryan Matthews, I like after that. Ryan Matthews, I think, is going to be the bell cow. He's going to be what LT was back then. A little more power running game, though. After Ryan, Reggie Wayne. Love him. Reggie Wayne's going to be huge this year. Take him. Hopefully he's in the camp and gets going. LaShawn McCoy after that. Who else is going to be there, you know? Young offense. Again, I don't know how Cobb's going to work out, but look at him, number 19. 20, Matt Schaub. Really like him to have a great year this year. That offense should run smoothly. And who's he throwing to? We talked about him already. If you don't remember, rewind and play. After that, Larry Fitzgerald. Don't like to have him this late, but he's been there. He's been banged up. He takes a lot of hits. He's going to have Matt Leinart throwing to him in an offense that could be somewhat anemic with him at the helm. I don't know. I like Leinart. I'd love to see him succeed, but don't think it's going to happen. So don't look for that to happen. After that, I'd like to say Larry Fitzgerald, number 22. Who are we looking at? Number 22. 22. Deshaun Jackson. Yeah, I'm rating him low because you know what? Everybody has him a lot higher on the charts. I'm putting him lower. You know why? Just a small guy. He's got, again, an offense with Cobb. Just don't see it happening there. So I'm going to have to put the kibosh on him and put him down at number 22. 23, I love Ryan Grant falling to this place. Ryan Grant I'm not real big on, but if you need a running back, he's going to be in a really good offense. Guy to take at 23. 24, Miles Austin, solid guy. Last year we saw what he did. And after that, if he's still sitting there, and he should be, Aaron Rodgers was already gone, so we got Tom Brady. I'm sorry about that. Great quarterbacks. We think about them all the time. But Tom Brady's going to be your guy to take there if he falls, and he should. But definitely take him. Look for him to have a bounce back year. That's my top 24. And my top offensive lines, I'm going to give you them real quick. New Orleans, I like first. Baltimore after that. New England, very solid. Miami at 4. Yes, Miami is going to be solid this year. You watch. Atlanta, love Atlanta this year. Love their players. Again, Turner, I mentioned them very early. Take them as early as you can after Chris Johnson. I like the Vikes, Carolina's offense after that, believe it or not, but the rest of their team sucks, except for the running game. The Giants' offensive line after that. The Eagles, even though they're young, they're going to be solid. Jets following up that. Bengals, Houston, and Dallas. That rounds out my best offensive lines, and then you can figure out the rest from there. I'll be updating you periodically through the preseason, and when we get to the regular season, I'll give you my key players you should play each week. So tune in for that, and also my lock around the clock. 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock lock. I'll give you 3 locks. Guaranteed picks with the spread every Sunday, so look for that too. Until then, enjoy your Friday the 13th, and until then, you take it easy.